Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I know I haven't made a video in a while, I was busy with some things. But while I was away, we hit 500 subscribers, and I want to thank everyone who has supported the channel. But we are back with a very interesting topic for this video. That topic is Lifeboat's problem with lag. Before we go any further, I want to say that the purpose of this video is not to show players, such as yourself, how to construct lag machines and disrupt the server. This video is made to inform people about this issue, demonstrate the severity of it, and to entertain. I do not encourage you to do this for yourself and disrupt the server. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the video. The issue is actually more of a problem with performance than lag, because the main thing that is affected is your FPS, or frames per second. You might have already experienced this problem. You walk into an area of the map and your FPS drops considerably. Then you walk past it and your FPS goes back to normal. I'll be explaining why this happens. Speaking of which, in this video we're going to be bringing our FPS down incredibly low. So the video performance might not be the best. Keep this in mind. Alright, so what exactly is this issue? The issue that can drop your FPS faster than a boat on an ice bridge. You may recall a few months ago, Lifeboat Survival Mode moved into a beta and the game got new server software. This introduced new mechanics that Lifeboat Survival Mode hadn't seen before, such as flowing water and lava. However, it also changed the way the game operated compared to vanilla Minecraft, along with the old version of Survival Mode. And I don't mean the changes that Lifeboat has added in, such as mobs having unique AI, or certain features being removed such as enchantments. I'm talking about mechanics that seem more server-related and unintentional, such as invisible water or invisible blocks. I've made videos on both these glitches. You can check them out on my channel if you haven't already. They allow you to do some pretty crazy things. There are two mechanics that both affect one item that can cause these performance issues. That one item is an item. Yes, you heard me right, items. Anything that you can put in your inventory can do this. Let me explain. The first of the two things that can cause this problem is, simply put, items don't despawn. You can try this out for yourself. Dig a hole, put a few items into it, and come back the next day to see if they're still there. Rest assured that as long as nobody took them, they'll be there. Now, this is a bit of a problem when trying to have a server with good performance. Before Lifeboat Survival Mode updated, items used to despawn rather quickly. I don't know for sure, but from what I can remember, it used to be 2 to 3 minutes before your items despawned. A huge change from that to being permanently stuck in the world. Let's not even talk about how this pretty much eliminates the need for chests. Now for the second mechanic. This takes the first one and multiplies its effect tremendously. Items don't group together. In normal Minecraft, when you throw the same type of item multiple times in the same area, they'll group together. For example, if you throw 10 pieces of coal on the ground, they'll combine into a stack of 3 coal pieces sitting there floating. No matter how much coal you throw at it, there will just be 3 items instead of 10, or however many you dropped. If you throw 10 pieces of coal at the ground in Lifeboat Survival Mode, you'll just see 10 pieces of coal. There is no item combining or clustering at all. And more items mean more stuff the server has to process, which means more lag. So not only do items never despawn, but they also can't stack. As you can probably imagine, this can be pretty bad for performance. Hypothetically, if someone were to dig out an area underground and drop massive amounts of items in that area, then anybody who wandered into that part of the map would have to experience the horrible wrath of low FPS. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I'll be using an FPS counter to monitor my frames. The one I'll be using is the one that is on Xbox Game Bar. If you don't know what that is, it's an overlay where you can view Xbox messages, join parties, adjust your audio, and whatnot. It comes pre-installed on most Windows computers. However, Xbox Game Bar doesn't show up in recordings, so as we do this, I'll let you know what my FPS is at. Also, I'll be speeding up most of the digging and item dropping because this is going to take a while. Let's see how low we can get our FPS. Alright, here we are. I have an inventory full of items, as well as a nice place to dig our hole. So, let's get digging. There are a few things to keep in mind before we start placing our items. One, we have to drop them one by one, otherwise they will combine into a stack of 3 like we talked about earlier. 2, my FPS is at around 40 to 50 FPS right now. It would normally be 60, but I'm recording right now, so it's a bit lower. And 3, my settings are at the lowest they can go. All right, let's get into it. All right, our FPS has just gone below 40 for the first time. And we just reached below 30 FPS for a slight second. We're averaging about 35 FPS right now, and going lower by the moment. We are just sitting at a comfortable 30 FPS right now. Not moving up or down at all, just constant 30. Just move down to 29, 28, 27. Back up to 28, back up to 29. All right, let's keep going. We just hit 21 FPS, half of what we started at. We just reached below 20 FPS, 19 frames per second. We are now officially below 20 FPS. I haven't seen it go past 19 in a long time. And we just hit below 15 FPS. Let's see if we can bring it down to below 10. Look how laggy it is when we turn around. So choppy. Alright, with one full inventory of items, we were able to get our FPS down to 13. It is so low right now. However, we do need to go back up to the surface to get more, because we are out. Oh, it's so hard to move around. And wow, what was that? Something went wrong, error code 1? The chest was just like blank and it had like a red like triangle thing, like either here or here, like in the top right corner. That's weird. Alright, I don't think that's related to what I'm doing with this FPS, but yeah, I've never seen that before. And now that we are walking away from that area, our FPS is getting higher. It is now at 22 compared to what it was when we were right next to it at 11 to 12. Just got up to 40 FPS. And yeah, now that we've walked a bit away, we are back up to our normal FPS. This will only affect your performance if you're standing in the general area where all of the items are. So if you ever are having really bad FPS, you can just walk away from that area and you should be fine. Alright, we have an inventory full of items. It's time to head back to the lag zone. As we get closer, we can see our FPS slowly start to drop. It's at 25 right now. 16. We just got below 20. 15, 14, 13 FPS. And here we are, 11 FPS. We have a lot more items to go put on that stack. Oh god, it's so choppy. Alright, let's get back to placing. And we just hit below 10 FPS. We just got to 9 FPS right there. Man, this is laggy. Alright, as of now, we are running at a constant 9 FPS. It is just staying at 9. This is below 10 frames per second. That is crazy. Crazy bad performance right there. It's so janky just to walk. But we're going to bring it down even lower. We're going to try and go for at least 5 frames per second. If we can get it to 5 FPS, I doubt we'll be able to get it any lower because it'll be just too difficult to even maneuver down into that hole to drop items anymore. It is so... oh, we just hit 8. 8 FPS right now. Oh, back up to 9. Anyhow, let's go get more items. Slowly starting to get better. 15 FPS right now as we walk away from the area. 20 FPS, 30 FPS, 48 FPS. And yeah, we're averaging around 48 FPS, so we're back to normal now that we've walked away from that general area. Oh, I think this person wants to kill me. I'll just drop them my armor. Alright, no harm done. There you go, kind sir. I am having the worst of luck right now trying to find chests. This lad is still chasing me. There's no way. He's still following me. What does this lad want? Oh, we're going into the poor FPS zone now. Good luck chasing me in here, buddy. Alright. Quite odd. Guess we're not getting into this chest. Alright. Fair enough. Looks like we can't open any chests. Alright. Alright, well, let's set our spawn away from where we put all those items because I think it might affect you loading into the game, so don't want that problem. Let's relog. Hopefully we'll be able to open chests again. No, okay. Still can't open chests. Alright, well, I will see you back once I restart Minecraft. Alright, we are back in Lifeboat. Let's try and get back into SM30. Alright, we were able to get back in. That's a good sign. Our spawn point was lost. Well, that just happens. Alright, we are no longer desync from the server. For a second there, I thought we messed it up. Alright, let's get back to getting items. Alright, we've got an inventory full of items. Time to head back to the lag zone. Look at this. A house made out of crafting tables. How unique. As well as a big old lava cast. Alright, we are back in this area and our FPS is as low as ever. Very hard to move around. Let's try and find our hole. Oh, one last chest. Alright. Here it is. Right where we left it. Alright, we are at 9 FPS now. Let the record show. Alright, let's get back to dropping. And we are down at 8 FPS. A solid, flat 8. And we just hit 7 FPS. We are literally playing the game at 7 frames per second. That is crazy. We've emptied our inventories and we are running at a flat 7 FPS, not going any higher or any lower. But I want to try something really quickly. As I mentioned earlier, I am running at the lowest settings, and I want to see what happens if we increase them. Let's turn on fancy graphics and just see what happens. Just one setting. Our FPS has dropped to 6. It's switching between 6 and 7. Look at that. Now there's shadows on those items. Alright, I have my settings turned up higher right now. Right now we are at 6 FPS. Look how choppy this is. I feel like just a few more items would get it down to 5 FPS. I noticed that when I increased my graphic settings, it only decreased my FPS by a single point, so that doesn't have that much of effect on this. Alright, we are back. We have a few more items. Let's go put them on the pit. In the pit. I can't even mine that. Wow, that is brutal. And it just hit 5 FPS for a brief period of time. However, it is staying at 6 FPS, it seems like. So there we go. Lifeboat at 6 FPS. I can't even break blocks. Man. This is so weird. Let's try and get out of here. Everything is so slow and janky. Let's head back to the hub. As you can see, these two mechanics can cause a huge dip in performance. Even with these problems in place, Lifeboat still runs quite well as far as FPS is concerned. There are plenty of servers that have a timer that clears all items after a set period of time. Lifeboat just keeps all the items in the world indefinitely. And still, in order to see that noticeable drop in performance, you have to purposely put down huge amounts of items. Now, I don't know much about servers or how they run, but this seems pretty impressive to me. Even though large amounts of items need to be placed in order for FPS to drop, this is still a problem because players, either on accident or purposely, can easily create, simply put, a lag machine. Lifeboat could probably fix this by having items actually despawn, whether it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or however long. Having items despawn would make it so that you wouldn't be able to place enough items down before they started to despawn, which would probably fix this problem. If you want to chat, hang out, and play some Lifeboat with other survival mode players such as yourself, you can join my Discord. There will be a link in the description below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you would consider leaving it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this one, you can subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be notified for future videos. Please subscribe. My Q key has been through a lot in this video. And as always, thanks for watching.